So late. I had an issue with a shower. Sorry everyone. Sarah, Manga Cat, Sparrow, less than. My bad. Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh wait, you guys can't see me. I just realised. My bad. I'm here! And you're here as well. Oh yeah. Taking longer than you thought to read the volume. Yeah, it took me a while. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Alright, let's get things moving. Bloop, 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 bloop. Do we have context though? I don't think we do. I haven't even got all the books that I want to talk about today. Right, I think they're all here. And no, I am missing one. 2 secs. I feel bad. Right, I think everyone's left. Everyone's so quiet. Where did you all go? Right, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to first do... Where are we? Contexto, as always. Is it? What am I doing here? Texto! Whoop. So I'm going to do a bit of contexto, and then I want to go through some of the books that I've read this week, all gay stuff. And then I think Zoe's going to come in. She's going to talk about some of the stuff that she's done, and then I'm going to pick another book that I want to read for next week's book club. Drink! Man, Manga's always so far away. What did Sarah do the other day? Book. Let's do car. What car? Let's do drink. Drink is the highest. Liquid. Not liquid. Wood. Not wood. Person. Banana. Person's pretty good. Human. Human's even better than person. Man. Girl. Woman. Man. Thing. Boy. Human. Humans have skin. They have skin. People. Not as close as human. Child. Ooh, children. Kid. Child is lower than person, people, human. Humans also have skin. Human. What is it to be human? We live on Earth. We breathe. Legs? We do have legs. Sadly, it's very, very far down. We get... Oh, you can stay here. Legs, legs, legs. Hunger? Humans do get hungry, but they also eat as well. This is a hard one. House? House is low. Cell. We also walk on our legs, and we like to play games. Nature? Oh, nature. Grass? Weeds? He doesn't know the word weeds. Weed? Species? Slightly lower. Animal? Tree. Nature. Birth. Death? Morbid. Not close. Instinct? No. Way to look outside the box. Child, person outside people, human nature. Behavior? Ooh, that was a good one. What went through your brain to get that? Like, behavior. So what is bad behavior? What does that mean? What does it mean to be bad behavior? Behavior. Behavior. Personality. Kind. Mind. Behavior. Act. It's yellow. Okay. Behavior. What is behavior? It is a trait. I just saw a trait. The T-R-E-A. Oh, I-T. Emotion? Emotion. Generosity. Anger. Response. Happiness. Behavior. This is hard. React. Reaction. Would that be react as well? React. Sure. Oh, slightly different. Reason. Oh, it's close, which is great. It's the highest one we have. Annoyingly, it's only 8 points difference. I feel like we're in the same kind of spot. Motive. Culture. Where do your brains go? We're getting somewhere. Culture. What does it mean to be a culture? Logic? We're pretty high. Tradition. That's a good one. Culture. Dancing is a culture. Traditions. Just done that one. Pretty high. Hard. Festival. Pretty low. Community. It's high. Not as close as culture. I find that my brain doesn't work past the 200 mark. Once we get into the 200s, I'm done. I'm already clocking out. Country, language. Oh, that was a good one, Sarah. Relationship. Language. What does that mean? What does language mean? Sarah might get the back-to-back. Words. Oh, lower. Communication. Language. Speak. Speech. Communication. Conversation. Conversation makes me understanding. I was going to say conversation makes me believe like we're communicating, like discussing, but culture and language is like an understanding. So close. Debate. Expression. Oh, so close. Perception. It's still pretty high. Although I thought that was more of a visual thing, but I guess that's like, you know, communication, understanding, clarification, clarity. The hard one. I feel like we don't need to do a hint now. Langston, what's going on? We are doing Contexto. It is guess the word. We are very close. It is a close, very close understanding language. What do they mean? Wisdom? Understand. I thought I had it with knowledge. I want to get one. I don't think I've ever got a Contexto. Understanding. Misunderstanding. Misunderstand. It is so far. But I guess it is the opposite end of the spectrum, is it? Bond? Connection. Reunion. Union. Context. Bintan. You did it. Well done. That was a hard one. 5, 6, 24. That was, how many guesses was that? That was a lot. Nearly as bad as the first one. And what was the word again? Context. That was a tough one. How does it work? Smaller the points, the closer to the goal? Yeah, that's right. So when we started, I always start off with Manga. And it's always at the bottom. Well, we guess not. There it is, right at the bottom. That's always the first one I do. Our first blue was one that I did. What did we do? Community, behavior, reason, expression, communication. It was, I can't even remember. Or maybe it wasn't me. I think I got the first yellow. I can't remember. Yeah, the idea is that you're supposed to work up. And it's supposed to help you get to the word. It's done. Well done. I think what I'm going to do at the end of the month, I'm just going to put all the people who won. I'm going to put them in a marbles race, and then I will give a gift to one of those winners. Well done, us. Oh, you can't actually see. This is me updating the spreadsheet. Nope. you can't really see right now. It's very, very small. Oh, that was good. It's the name of the game almost. Yes, Contexto. Well done, us. All right, let's do... Right, so today is book club day. I'm sorry I'm so late. So I had an issue with a shower repair, and we needed to get it done as soon as possible. What? As we know, it is... What month is it today? June. It is June, which is Pride Month. So all this month, I have decided just to read gay things. Anything gay, BL, GL, any kind of like LGBTQ qualification genre. I'm interested. Whether it's hardcore BL or like romantic, I don't mind. I'm happy to read anything. So this week I did a book club for Honor Off. I'll be talking about Honor Off a little bit later. I'm waiting for Zoe to come because she has also read the book. I want to talk about that. Read Lullaby of the Dawn. What is that? Lullaby of the Dawn. Is that a memoir? I don't recognize this one. Is it this? Looks pretty cool. This is a suggestion for your book club. Oh, right, okay. I think I'm going to try and read, unless Zoe has this already, I'm going to try and read stuff that is in Zoe's collection. So I've got a bunch of, where is it? I've got a bunch of categories here. Can I filter through this? Yes. Give it a blank. I've got a bunch of categories. How many is this? This is 48 series in my collection that I can start reading. I'm going to pick one of these, possibly for next week. It's unlikely that I'll take a suggestion that I don't, of something that I don't have, and then have to go out and buy it, receive it, and then read it within that week. You just ordered the first two? Ooh, I'll talk to Zoe. Maybe she already has it. This spreadsheet isn't completely up to date yet. Then maybe that she already has it. It's such a cool concept. Send it to me. You read On or Off in a rush before the stream? You've already read it though, right? It's finally time for a home far away from all of my nagging. What is that? A home far away from home. A home far away. I feel like Zoe has this, doesn't she? Yes, she picked it up. I think it's in her little trolley over here. Pretty sure she has it. Read it for, I need a reminding. Bloom Into You is one of your favourite GLs. I think it's on here. Yeah, here it is. Bloom Into You. I'll do a poll probably at the end. You've recommended it multiple times. Clearly, I obviously forgot, but Zoe has obviously picked it. I'm sure Zoe's picked it up. I'm looking right now at the volume online, and I recognise it. Okay, so the first things first. Now, I have obviously mentioned a lot of these on stream. Today is the 5th? It is the 5th today, isn't it? It is the 5th. I'm supposed to have a 5th book, but today I was extremely busy and haven't been able to read anything. So I haven't actually picked the 5th book today. So I've only read 4 books, and then my 5th book I'll read tonight. I don't know what it's going to be. But I read Sumi-chan is interested in lesbian brothels. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of panels. I don't know if YouTube will like take me down for this kind of stuff, but I don't care right now. But it's a GL series. And when I say GL, it's all about sex. That's all it's about. That's all they're interested in. Asumi is trying to locate her love interest from a child. And apparently her love interest has enrolled in a brothel. So to locate her, she is anonymously signing up to random brothels in hopes that she can get a gacha of her childhood friend and just pull her randomly, rather than like requesting her by name. And she's just getting a bunch of random girls from the brothels, and then she's sleeping with them. It's kind of tasteful. It's definitely shonen, as in like, sorry, not shonen. It's definitely like targeted towards the male audience, just by the design of the characters and some of the shots. I don't know if you can see this. Let me. Bloop, bloop, bloop. He's like slowly undressing. The only thing you see in this really is like chesticles and butts. There is a lot of sexual inserts, if you will. But you don't actually see anything downstairs, if that makes sense. But you do see a lot of boobs and butts and a lot of like full body nudity and like positioning. There's a couple. I can't show you this one. This will definitely be taken down. I'll share. Maybe I'll put this on the Discord. There's a few scenes of like the main girl fully naked, laying spread out on the bed, with the girl she's ordered pressed against her nether regions. And her head is obviously blocking out the downstairs area. But you can see all that, and you can see like fingers inserted in certain places, and you can see, wow, this is actually really graphic. This one, you know, I feel kind of uncomfortable talking about it. And it's women on women. The main character is sitting on top of another girl's face. What page and chapter? It's chapter 1. Page... Wait, is it chapter 1? No, this is volume 2, 7th chapter. And it's... I don't know what page it is, but you can flick and you'll see through it. It doesn't say the page number, but you'll see it. Also, I don't know if it's a kink, but the mangaka, he likes to do nipple flicks. There's a lot of panels where the girls are having their nipples twisted or flicked or touched or groped, licked. There's a lot of that. But to say it's good, I don't know. The story's not really there. I don't really understand why she's just going to anonymous like women in these brothels and not just asking for the girl she's looking for. I don't really get it. And also they're all like in their 20s and all they talk about is having sex. That's all they want to do. They just want to have sex and fall in love with women. I don't know if it's good. Good's probably not the right word to use, but there it is. So that was the first. And then I read Fangs. I really enjoyed this one. The art itself is stunning. It's amazing. All the men are like heavily chiseled. They're like super buff. Some of them have scars. These are all vampires. Or fangs as they're called now. And with this one, this is like, I think this is like the first proper BL series that I've read. Like hot BL. Wait, there's a volume 3? I didn't know that. I thought there was only 2 volumes. You need to read Fangs. I'm not going to spoil too much about these, but the general premise is dude turns into a vampire. Normally people die, but he survived somehow, and he became a vampire after getting bitten. And now he is kind of like on a quest, kind of like Twilight. He's kind of on a quest. They have to like continue living without consuming blood. So what they do, they partner up with another vampire and just feed off of their blood. They're kind of like one feeds off the other feeds off him, and that's how they sustain themselves. I'll show you, this is another one which is pretty cool. This is kind of hot and steamy of them like kissing and everything. I'm gonna be frank, this did nothing for me in terms of like arousement. I read these things and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm definitely not gay. A lot of the time, I think that. Sometimes, maybe, who knows. But I can appreciate the artwork. It does get quite steamy. It's very intimate. There's a lot of foreplay. I've read like a lot of Otaku online, and they get into it almost immediately. Any kind of like H website that you can log on to, all of the works on there, they just get into the nitty gritty straight away. Not a lot of story. The story's really intense. I'm like invested in like the characters. They all have like meaningful personalities. There's like little quips, little quirks about them all. All the characters are funny. And yeah, there's a lot of, lack of a better phrase, dick and butt. There's a lot of that. And there's a scene where they go to this dude's house and he's just got a turtle that lives in his house. It's just so random. But yeah, the world itself is quite interesting, and the reason why they have to find a partner is also quite interesting. There's like an event they have to go to like almost like speed dating, but like in a big group. Like everybody's kind of standing around and like talking to everybody to understand who's who, like who's taken, who's not taken. Can I take you home, sort of thing. There's a lot of interesting, like, what's the phrase I'm looking for? It's not just as simple as just find someone and then get with them and do it. There's a lot of like steps that you need to take to find the right person. And then like most things when it comes to like animals, they have to claim each other. But it's good. I've only read the first volume. I'll definitely read the second. It is... I'm just looking through some of the saucy scenes. It is whited out. All the junk is whited out, but you can see the shape of it, if you will. And although you can see the shape of it, and that's all whited out, the stuff that comes out and all the gooey stuff, that's still there. It's all on the hands, it's all on the stomachs, it's everywhere. Stories with some smut on the side are the best. Can't only be spicy parts. Yeah. And I think if it's just spicy parts that you're after, there's websites you can go to do that. Or just Google it. Google image. If that's what you want. If you just want the spicy images, then just do that. Save your money. If you want story, I feel like if you took out the sex, I would still be interested in this series. And I'd want to learn more. I'd want to know more. And I will, because I'll definitely read volume 2. Whether or not I'll read it this month, I don't know. But I definitely will read it. And if volume 3 comes out soon, then maybe I'll pick it up a lot sooner. Also, there's a cool skateboarding scene. I love skateboarding. I wish I picked it up. But I didn't. I think I've gone past it. Oh no, there's more dick and butt. Yeah, it's really good. The art style, like I said, fantastic. All the sketchy dudes, like the chiseled dudes, faces and jaws and everything look amazing. Yeah, I loved it. And then I've read, it's not volume 1, it is volume 6. I didn't want to pick a series straight away. It took me too long to pick one, so I just went with Even Though We're Adults, which is a GL series. It starts off I've mentioned before, like the first couple of volumes, it starts off like heavy into drama. So two women sleep with each other, and the next day, turns out one of the women is actually married. And they bump into each other a few times, and all kind of drama ensues. The woman who is married questions whether she should be in a relationship. The husband then gets involved with the other girl, and the family get involved. They both question whether or not they want to continue doing this, like be with each other sort of thing. And it just spirals from there. The situation resolves quite quickly. I think middle of volume 2 it happens. And then it becomes like a slice of life series. You just follow every character's daily life. You follow the two main leads, the two main girls. You also follow the husband for a little while, all the parents and siblings. You follow them. And sometimes there's chapters where they're just like sitting around the table, having dinner, watching TV, having a good time. All the while, one of the main characters will normally be monologuing. And I think I was so heavily invested in the first two volumes, that I'm willing to continue reading it. The art style is great. It's amazing. I don't know if this is really spoilery, because there's no like shock factor. I'm just trying to find a good image of some of the characters. I can't find one. This is what the two female leads look like. One is blonde and one has black hair. But yeah, there's scenes like this where they're just like at home, chilling, having a good time. And the dad has no idea what's going on. The mum's like, whatever, just cooking. They're just watching TV, just chilling. And it's fun. And then the drama doesn't seem to be like that intense anymore. But it's interesting. I don't know how long it's going on for. I just picked up volume 7. And hopefully it gets kind of wrapped up soon, because I don't know if I'll be invested enough to continue to watch these two characters fumble about whether or not they want to be with each other, if they love each other, if they don't love each other, if they even like girls in general. I don't like the whole will they, won't they thing. I get that, you get that with shonen, and I feel like these are real life, not real life, these are real adults experiencing real life situations. And life is complicated, but it doesn't need to go on for that long. Where is... But yeah, I'm going to finish I think I've got like 8 pages left, so I'm going to finish that, and I don't know what I'm going to read for my 5th book. And then my 4th book is On or Off. Now, I do want to talk about On or Off, and as I mentioned, I will be spoiling certain aspects. Like, I'll be going into more detail on some of the things that I like. So if you are not interested, give me like 15 minutes. Feel free to mute or just tap out, tap back in. And then hopefully I would have been finished by then. In fact, let me see if I can... boop, boop, boop. That's me. Now, where is add image? There, I have a spoiler warning. That will stay up for as long as I'm talking about On or Off. I'm going to turn it off right now, and I'll turn it on in a moment. On or... You're reading it tomorrow, but okay with spoilers. It's only volume 1. I'm not going to lie, you don't get a lot of information. You'll just get the premise and, I don't know, butts and stuff. Alright, I'm just going to go quickly check where Zoe is, and then I'll be back. Give me just literally 53 seconds. It's finished on the app? What do you mean it's finished on the app? It can't be on here. This is Yennefer. Everybody say hello to Yennefer. Yen for short. You'll now be disappearing behind you. What do you want to... Whoa. Put the doggy down. Right, so I was going to quickly flick through it just so she can remind herself if it was good or not and the key points. First thing I want to talk about is
nipples.
Right, so you can't show any of it on screen.
Yeah. Best.
Please don't show any of it on screen. Don't scrunch your face. So it opens up in a sex scene, which I think is fine. It sets the scene.
Fine.
Why are you looking like that? What I like about it is that, again, like Fangs, it actually has a story. The main dude, one of the main dudes, is in like a startup video game company. They're making an app, video game app, and they approach this business to invest and help them grow the game. And the other main dude, what have you seen?
Just him in a suit.
Oh, okay.
He looks
we can show the man in the
very
suit.
professional. Can I show that?
Yeah.
Can you show that? This page. Damn.
This is Kang. Kang is the main dude, one of the main dudes from. He works for the company, right? He works for the company. He's like the
quite high up.
He's the
Is
CEO.
he the CEO? Is he?
No, I don't think he's the CEO. He's like a
I
chairman.
think he might be quite high up.
He's really high up, Mr. Eyebrows. He does have rather thick eyebrows.
Big eyebrows are a sign of wisdom.
Is that what they say?
That's factual.
Is it?
I've heard it somewhere before, yeah.
There you go then. Well endowed wisdom.
That's got nothing to do with that. Director.
Oh, he's a director.
He's the director.
All right, he's a director.
Literally says it on this page right in front of us.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Director Kang. And the other dude is called Yi Young. Y-I? Yi Young.
Yi Young.
He is obviously, when you look at them, what did you say? I said he's clearly the bottom and he's the top. And what did you say? What are the words you used?
Semi and UK.
What is UK? The top,
No.
the bottom.
Yeah.
And semi is...
The top.
And they are like the Japanese words that people use, right?
Yes.
Cool.
I am right, aren't I?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I really like that there is a story. And I was invested in the story more than obviously the sex parts.
You didn't like this bit? Trying to find page numbers so I can tell everybody what I'm looking
One part that I wasn't a big fan of, obviously, was the sex. But I didn't like the solo parts. There's points where Yi Young has a couple of daydreams and he can't help but... What's the phrase I'm looking for? Pleasure himself, I guess.
for. We're not sugarcoating it.
No. I couldn't think of any other way of saying it. I also don't really like him that much.
Yi Young.
He's
very like out there. Like he says things before thinking about them.
Yes, he approached him when Kang entered the room and introduced himself. Actually, no, even before he introduced himself, whilst Yi Young was giving the presentation on the app, he approached him and said, "Will you go out with me?" Didn't he?
Yeah, it was on that page.
Yeah, literally that second. I wasn't a big fan of him. This is only the first volume. I don't know if he gets any more interested in the next, 3 volumes.
He's very lovable, but I have read all 4, so...
Yeah, I didn't like him, per se.
Also, this is not written for you.
No, I get it. I get it. I understand that. I didn't really like him. Maybe I'll learn to grow. Maybe he'll grow on me. Hopefully not.
Yeah. Why?
Not in that way, anyway.
Yeah.
that was a fantasy. Was it a fantasy? Oh, that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the other,
yeah.
that was the other thing.
Like a daydream.
Yeah, 3 or 4 times. Maybe because this is my first memoir. But I couldn't tell when something was a fantasy, like a daydream, or actually reality. There was a couple of times where something would happen, and I went, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. And then the next page, it would continue as if it didn't happen. I was like, hang on a sec, was that a dream? Because nothing visually separated it from the normal panels and then it being a daydream.
I find that hard to believe.
There were a couple of instances like that. If that part where he says, will you go out on a date with me, wasn't a daydream, there were several other parts that were. Lustful daydreams. Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Very.
It's more an issue with the...
Like you didn't feel like it was like drawn inside a little cloud, like
yeah,
a fog cloud,
yeah.
or there was no like
I didn't get that. And it's such a small thing, but it kind of annoyed me. Because it annoyed me 3 times that it happened.
Was this made for scrolling though?
Yeah, it was made for scrolling, so
So
maybe
I
it's probably
feel
more difficult to
also
illustrate that.
Yeah, and it's also the first manhwa you've physically read.
Yeah.
So like maybe just kind of coming to terms with how it's laid out.
Maybe. Oh,
Slightly different.
I also did read, although I knew straight away I had to read it from left to right, I still read some panels the opposite way around as if I was reading manga.
Yeah.
Like I said, I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
I think the story was pretty solid. I don't know how much more interesting this can get, but it goes on for another 3 volumes.
More.
When I say interesting, I mean the story being interesting. They're now part of the company. They're now making the app, and they're now like just continuing. What could happen in the next 4 volumes?
I feel like there's a lot more plot development, not just like about the relationship between those two, but like just about their lives, their work relationship.
Yeah.
The path Yi Young's like career is gonna take. Yep. There's quite a lot like more to it, more depth maybe as you go on. So it definitely stays interesting, and yes, there is a lot more graphic.
You can say whatever you want, yeah.
There's a lot more graphic sex to come.
More graphic than this. Oh, I heard that it gets censored physically in the
Did
books.
it?
Someone said it. Have you read all of them?
Yeah.
I feel like
Volume 2 definitely wasn't censored.
I feel like someone said it got censored. Some of the volumes.
Right here.
Well, you can have a look. Right, so I said I didn't really like Yi Yang, but I did like Kang. Not because
He's adorable.
like he's the more superior one, more successful and older. Do we know how old he is?
Definitely not censored.
it not?
No.
Okay.
Would you like to see this?
No. But just the way he enters a room with confidence, broad shoulders, upper back, looking straight, big chest. And also the first sexual encounter that he has with Yi Yang, he exerted dominance almost immediately. Which is obviously a very an attractive trait to have, confidence. And not only was it in his speech, what he asked, what he demanded, but also dominance in the bedroom as well. And not that...
He takes what he wants at work and at home.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it turned me on at all, but it definitely like made me like him more, that confidence.
Yeah.
In no way was I attracted to him like sexually, but just having that confidence, like, oh wow, yeah, he's a guy I should respect for having that confidence. In saying that, I don't like that he did take advantage of a young man like that. I know he said like he'd do anything, and Kang said, well, do this with me.
That's kind of just the way BL works.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there is a lot of consensual BL, and I'm not saying this is not consensual, but there's generally someone who sort of pushes slightly,
Yeah.
he really likes him.
Yeah.
Don't you? He was like kind of smirking and blushing.
I wasn't blushing.
giggling, turning the pages. He was like, oh.
You have to read. You have to turn the page to read.
Yeah.
I wasn't blushing. I was giggling a few times.
I was like, you're really enjoying this. And he was like, well, I mean, it's quite good, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's the scene here with Yi Young where he's like enjoying himself
Yes.
after the fact.
Yeah.
I didn't like. It was like 8 pages of it, and I didn't really like. I didn't enjoy that at all.
You're not going to enjoy
I guess,
a solo meal.
That aspect, I guess,
Thinking about
was
another meal,
targeted-
are you?
Yeah, that aspect was obviously targeted towards a different audience. I wasn't interested in that.
Me.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, is a different conversation that I would like to have. Yeah, his eyebrows are intense.
Wisdomous. Oh no, is it a sign of power? It's a sign of power and wisdom. That's
Is it?
what it is.
Power
yeah.
and wisdom.
Sign of
Okay.
power.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
I
that's exactly what he was reading it like.
Oh my god, no, what is this? Sorry, take it away. What I liked about Kang is I think it was chapter 2. Side note, weird how it says chapter 1, chapter 2, and then whilst you're reading, it has these very obvious breaks in the chapter. That could have easily been like 12 chapters.
Again, that's just because it's done for like a web comic, isn't it? There just
Yeah.
must be big chapters, but then I don't know if they have those breaks online. But
Yeah,
it's
I
just
don't
like
know.
it just makes it easier to read physically if you want to just pick it up and put it down. Some series, obviously,
I wish
they all
don't-
have different length chapters.
I wish Don't Call It Mystery
Had more
had
chapters.
that. Yeah, had more chapters. They do later on, but the first one was like the whole volume was one chapter.
Well,
it
I
felt
just
like.
read 1 to 19 of Banana Fish with 0 chapters. Not a single one until the very, very last volume.
So going back,
Sorry.
what I liked about Kang is that in chapter 2, he then
His
started.
dreamy eyes.
Yeah, he had dreamy eyes. He started to think about Yi Yang a lot, not just like sexually, because that part he just disregarded. He was like, "Oh, that was the guy that I did this to. Ugh, disgusting. I don't want to see him again."
Yeah.
And he started thinking about him more, and he was like slowly, not falling for him, but like the fact that he'd wormed his way in
Yeah.
made me believe that he can open up a little bit more. I was like, he's got a little bit of a soft side, because when he started thinking about him, you started seeing some comical, like facial expressions from him. He'd like mess up a little bit. He didn't. There were points where he didn't look very confident. There was a scene where he said, "I'm gonna go see the new team and congratulate them on their welcome them into the company." And he said that to his secretary, and the secretary followed him. And as the reader, you see her follow him, but he didn't realize. And then he turned around and he's like, "Oh my god, you're there!" He's like,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
pulled
yeah.
his shocked face. I was like, that was the first time in like 150 pages that I'd seen any kind of like weakness from him. And I
Yeah.
know it was something small, like being shocked that someone was standing behind him. I felt like that, in correlation to him thinking about Yi Young, was like proof that he's thinking about him enough that he's like shown vulnerability and weakness.
Yeah, like he's daydreaming when he's normally like super focused on everything at work.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and I thought that kind of shows one good character story writing, but also I don't know, it just made me fall in love with him even more. I thought he was
He's very lovable.
yeah, he is. I wouldn't like to be hugged by him though.
I would let him hug me.
I think he would crush you. I think he would crush me.
I would be okay with that. Have I heard anything about Volume 5? I don't know what is happening with this series because I haven't read it online. I have just read the physicals. At the end of Volume 4, it does say to be continued in Volume 5.
Oh, does it?
I thought it was a 4-volume series, but I don't know why I thought that. I know that it then continues on in another series, and that's called Work-Life Balance, or something like that. Work-Life Balance, something like that. And I don't know if that's still ongoing. I don't know if that is going to be classed as volume 5 or if there's a volume 5 of On or Off and then it goes into work-life balance. And is that going to be published as well? I have no idea. I'm very sorry. I have no real answer. But there is more to the story. And I am also tempted to read it online because it is so good. And I just want to know more.
What was I talking about? Kang.
Kang's dreamy eyes.
His dreamy eyes.
Crushing you while you give him a big bear hug.
Yeah. Yeah, I started
other stuff.
I started to fall for him where he started like messing up.
Did you hear that? He started to fall for him.
Being out of character. I was like, he's human. Because you know when you look at someone, you think, oh my God, they're just the perfect being God. They're so adorable. They're so beautiful. They're so sexy. So this, so that. And you admire them. And then like they do something, oh, they're just normal. I do something like that. And like it kind of makes them more relatable, which is why you become a little bit more attached to them. And for a brief moment I did. And then he went on to then like defend Yi Yang because he was getting taken advantage of by another like manager in a different department. Yi Yang being young and new to the company.
The creepy gremlin guy.
He looks green.
Yeah.
He literally looks like a gremlin.
Yeah, I hope they publish the rest. I feel like because they've ended the volume 4 with to be continued, like that they will publish it, even if it's under a different title. I'm not really bothered.
Sure they will.
Are you sure they will?
This dude,
Creepy gremlin,
creepy gremlin man from the
green
different
goblin,
department.
Kim or whatever he's called.
Yeah, he was creepy.
Horrible.
And when he's being taken advantage of,
His
obviously
eyebrows.
Kang got word of that. Mr. Eyebrows got word of that and stood up for him.
Yeah, that was.
And that was kind of proof that he's definitely like.
I would like to think any decent person would do that though for anybody that they thought was being taken advantage of.
Yeah, some people don't. Some people don't step in. I've been in a work environment for many, many years, and that situation has happened so many times, and no one steps up. It takes the person just to throw a hissy fit and say, I'm not doing this anymore, and then cause a scene. And even then, nothing's happened. In this instance, the manager was pulled up by the director. I've seen it where the manager doesn't do anything, gets called out, and then nothing still happens. A director doesn't approach, or another manager doesn't approach the manager and say, look, you shouldn't have done that, blah, 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 blah. They
in real life.
Yeah, they just let the manager say, look, this happened, let's move on.
He's green because he's a creepy gremlin, goblin.
Yeah, I think it's just to show that he is...
He's horrid.
He's not likable. I think that's the whole point of it.
And he's they make the nice characters way more attractive than the like horrible characters, don't they?
Yeah.
Because you want to be drawn to the nice characters.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah, then after that, he Kang then approached Yi Yang. It was like, sorry about everything, and then like started touching him, not inappropriately. What was it? I think he had something on his mouth, and he was like wiping him very subtly. He was like, oh, you've got something on your cheek, and he just like wiped it off very intimately, in a confident way to show like, yeah, this is me being helpful towards you right now, but also there's a hidden message behind these touches. Let's continue this relationship.
I feel like you got the gist of the story, and you definitely want to continue volume 2.
I think I will. More so just because everyone says you have to read it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be interested to know where it goes. Honestly, if I'm being frank, I'm not interested in any of the sex stuff. Doesn't do anything for me. I read into it.
We shall see.
Maybe I'll leave you for a Kang lookalike.
I wouldn't blame you.
Fair enough. Yeah, read the rest. I'll read the rest.
Because something important to bring up. I don't think Kang takes his clothes off in volume 1. Not good enough. Does he? I don't think he does.
He's naked.
Okay, but Yi Young doesn't see him.
Oh,
naked.
Is that what you're saying? Have you read all 4 volumes?
Yes. In volume 2, I remember specifically because I ran and showed it to you. There's like quite a special panel where he is in full view, how we say, takes up the whole page.
Is that why in the first, like, their first sexual encounter, Yi Yang says, I just want to see his face whilst he's doing me? And he
doesn't
turns around
see-
and he, like, thrusts
Yeah,
his face
he
the
doesn't
other
see
way.
any of him, and we
Yeah.
only see some of it. Like, we don't see him.
Well, we see it.
Yes, that panel. You know the panel.
We see it, but, like, obviously as the reader, we just presume that is to be fact. But from Yi Yang's point of view, that's what he's imagining. Surely you would feel the clothes on another man.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. We just have flicked it out, and who knows? Yeah, we did just flick, and yeah, he is naked, but you don't see him properly until volume 2.
Okay.
You don't appreciate how good it is until volume 2.
Okay. Well, I'll give volume 2, at least volume 2, a read.
Yeah, let me read.
Sweet. I'm going to turn this off now. No more talking about Honor of. What have you been reading this week?
I'll have to get my reading log out because I might have forgotten.
You've forgotten.
I haven't forgotten.
All right. Whilst Zoe's doing that, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to read for next week. I've already read Fangs.
I've read 15 volumes so far this month.
How many series?
Four.
4.
I read 1 to 10 of Cherry Magic.
Have you got Lullaby of the Dawn, by the way?
No, it's in my basket.
Okay.
You want it?
Who's Love Love? No, Sarah recommended.
Love is Tokyo Pop.
Oh, right, okay. Sarah recommended.
It was recommended. I asked for recommendations on Instagram the other day, and it was
Yeah.
recommended by more than one person. And I have seen it. But it is in my basket, but I'm also trying not to buy anything this month, so I know.
Don't buy anything.
I'm only 4 or 5 days in.
Right, this is 48 series. You have 48 series that are either BLGL or like LGBT adjacent.
Yes, we do. Okay.
That's me. Okay, so I'm going to do a random number generator between 1 and 48 to see what I'll be reading.
What volume have you read this month?
16! Even though we're adults, I've already read that. Go again. Who?
Please be something funny. Ooh.
10 Count. Have you read 10 Count?
I haven't read all of it, but yeah, I have read
Is it good?
some of it. Yeah. I don't know if you'll like it.
Could you do the premise for me?
I don't think I can. It's been such a long time.
No?
Not specific.
Not even vague?
I think I read it in 2021. Read like 3 volumes.
So you can't...
I can't remember.
You
off
can't
the top
remember
of my head. I'd have to like
anything.
Google it. No? You know how many BL series I've read?
No.
I didn't finish reading it because volume 4 was out of stock forever.
Have you got it now?
I have got it now, yeah.
Right,
But then
okay.
I just haven't read it since.
Oh, okay. You can't remember? Guy's a clean thing that has trouble
Yeah.
touching people. Another guy decides to help cure. How does he?
I was trying to remember the name of it. This says it's called misophobia.
Misophobia. How do
Yeah.
you? Oh, imagine being allergic to miso soup. Or scared of miso soup. How do you cure someone from like being a neat freak?
Well, he's afraid of people touching him, so I guess you just rub yourself all over him until he's used to it,
Okay.
pretty much.
I think I was one of your first. An acquired taste makes it
Yeah. I don't know. Well, we'll see.
I'm going to
We'll
read it.
Find out.
I am going to read it. I'll put I haven't got Discord up. I'll put a tab in the Discord. So I'll be reading that between now and next week, Wednesday. Will you read it again?
One volume or all of it?
I'll
There's only
do
6.
Yeah, there's 2 volumes. There's five. There's 7 days in a week. So I'll do the
Numbers.
first 2. I'll do the first 2. I'll read the first 2. I'll have the first one active until Sunday, and then after that, I'll then open up volume 2. You don't have this one? That's okay.
I feel like people either really like it or really don't like it. It's
Yeah.
not one that I see in everybody's collection.
I see it all the time.
Do you?
Bazaar has it.
Bazaar has everything. Gay?
Bazaar's lovely.
Doesn't read lovely stuff though.
He has everything gay.
Pretty much. That's his goal in life, to have everything gay
Yeah, that
in
is
manga
true.
form. Yeah. We've read some good ones together, actually.
You've read with him, have you?
Yeah.
Nice. You talked to him about it afterwards, I presume.
Yeah, and during and just all day.
It sounds weird, but is it different talking to a male about BL than a woman? Or is it the same?
I don't know, because I've never like met him.
Yeah.
We just spoke like over Instagram messaging.
Mm-hmm.
No, we just kind of liked the same bits and disliked some of the same bits.
Yeah?
I guess I don't know.
Okay. 10 count it is then. 10 count for next week. Right, I think... that is it for the stream.
I apologize for my poor input.
Main Cat, read it tomorrow and I'll put your thoughts in the Discord and I will read it and respond. And anyone else who wants to do the same, I'll still respond. And in the meantime, I'll set up another chat in the Discord for 10 count. Obviously, don't have to read it. But feel free. And I'll be here tomorrow. Yay, tomorrow. Streaming every day. It's fun. Are you annoyed?
Am I here tomorrow?
You are here tomorrow. Tomorrow is Zoe guessing my waifus.
Ooh.
And see if you can guess my taste in manga women.
Quite confident, to be honest.
We will see.
Yen come.
Yen can come as well. She's also part of the stream.
Bye bye.
Gang for life.